Hi bakers, I'm Sally, and today I'm showing you how to make ciabatta bread from scratch. Rustic looking and flavorful, this classic Italian bread has a crusty exterior and chewy interior. Though the dough requires just 4 ingredients, it's the technique of resting, folding, and stretching that makes it taste so delicious. This is a 2-day process that uses a biga or a preferment, which strengthens the gluten in the dough, making for a chewier texture. Most of the time is hands-off as the dough rests, and I'll walk you through each step. Let's get started. In a mixing bowl, we'll whisk together bread flour and yeast, either instant or active dry. And then we'll add water and mix this all until it's combined. It's gonna be a little thick. This is our preferment. Cover it and let it sit at room temperature for at least 8 hours and up to 24. Uncover the bowl with the preferment. In a separate large mixing bowl or the bowl of your stand mixer fitted with a dough hook attachment, whisk together the yeast and warm water. Cover and let sit for 5 to 10 minutes until the yeast has dissolved. Add the preferment, flour, and salt. Gently mix together with a silicone spatula or wooden spoon or using the dough hook on medium speed. The dough will seem dry and shaggy at first, but keep working it until all of the flour is moistened and the dough is uniform in texture. The dough will be wet and sticky. That's normal, expected, and encouraged. Cover the bowl and let the dough rest for 30 minutes at room temperature. This is the first rest. For the first stretch and fold, visualize a clock on top of your dough. You'll be folding it at the 12 o'clock mark. With an olive oil greased spatula or lightly oiled hand, lift up the dough at 12 o'clock and gently stretch it up and pull it toward the opposite side of the bowl, folding it down over the dough. Turn the bowl 90 degrees and repeat. Do this until you've gone around the bowl twice for a total of 8 folds. Cover the bowl and let rest for 30 minutes at room temperature. You'll repeat that step 3 more times, allowing the dough to rest for 30 minutes between each. After the 4th stretch and fold, cover the bowl and place it in the refrigerator for at least 1 hour and up to 24 hours. Very generously flour your counter or work surface. Using lightly oiled hands or a lightly oiled spatula, gently scrape the dough out of the bowl and onto the floured surface. Using floured hands, gently stretch and shape the dough into a rough rectangle, about 10 by 7 inches in size. With a floured bench scraper, cut the dough into 8 pieces, roughly equal in size. They don't need to be perfect. Lightly flour a piece of parchment paper. With floured hands and using the floured bench scraper to help, lift the sticky dough pieces up and transfer them to the floured parchment, arranging them at least 2 inches apart to make room for expanding. Take care to be extra gentle because you don't want to deflate the dough. If the pieces of dough lost shape during the transfer, gently reshape into rectangles. Lightly sprinkle flour over the rolls and then gently cover them with a clean kitchen towel or piece of parchment paper. Let them rest at room temperature for 1 hour. To prepare your oven, place a flat cookie sheet or a rimmed baking sheet on the center rack and preheat to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. When ready to bake, scatter several cups of ice cubes in a large metal pan. Working quickly, carefully remove the preheated baking sheet from the oven and slide the parchment paper and proofed bread onto it. Place back in the oven. Slide the pan with the ice cubes onto the bottom oven rack and quickly close the oven door, trapping the steam from the melting ice inside. Bake for 20 to 22 minutes or until the rolls are golden brown. Gently tap the bread. If they sound hollow, they're done. Remove the rolls from the oven and allow to cool for at least 45 minutes before slicing and serving. This bread is ready to eat either on its own, dipped in oil, soup, or sauce, or for a sandwich. Enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you feel inspired to try a new baking recipe today. Head over to my website for the full written recipe and all of my success tips. You can also ask a question right there on the recipe page, and my team and I will be happy to answer.